Hi everyone, welcome back to Win the Day channel. My name is Alan.
And I'm Katie.
And here on Win the Day channel, we talk about systems and systems thinking and how it will help you achieve your goals for your life. I know for both of us, changing our mindsets from linear thinking to systems thinking has really helped us achieve the goals that we wanted to achieve. We're healthier, wealthier, and happier than we have ever been, and we hope that you can learn something from this video.
If that content sounds great to you, go ahead and give this video a like, help us with that algorithm, give us that thumbs up, and subscribe to our channel. If you even press that little bell button, it'll help you be notified anytime we post new content so you can follow along and get all these little nuggets of goodness.
So today, super excited, we're going to talk about routines. We're going to break this into a two-part video. So this first part, we're going to spend a lot of time talking about something that's not covered a lot in the self-improvement routine space, and that is where in your life should you apply the effort to actually build your next routine. Achieving goals is a really tough thing to do, especially in this chaotic environment that we're living in. You're a busy professional, you got things you got to take care of, you have limited amounts of willpower and attention, so where do you deploy those resources? Well, we're going to get on the whiteboard and talk about a different way of thinking about where in your life you should apply that routine for the biggest benefit. So let's jump to the whiteboard.
Welcome to the whiteboard. As we said, we are going to be talking about how to apply systems thinking to creating our routines and building sets of routines that are going to help us achieve those goals. But before we do that, it's really important that we understand what is a system. So a system is a set of interconnected parts whose interactions work together to achieve a specific purpose or function. Alan's going to talk us through a couple of real-life examples to make this super tangible. I have good penmanship, y'all, but my artwork needs some help. So Alan, help us understand what we're looking at here.
Sure, so just bear with us here. So a system, a pretty typical system that systems thinkers use to describe a system to people who aren't familiar with it necessarily is the bathtub. So you have your bathtub, you have your faucet, you have the pipes that bring the water to the bathtub, and you're ultimately trying to control the level of the water in the bathtub or the temperature of the water in the bath, whatever the case may be. So quick checklist, does it have interconnected parts? Yes. If you took the bathtub away from this system, you wouldn't have a bathtub full of water anymore, you'd have water all over the floor. If you took pipes away, you wouldn't have a way to get the water to the bathtub. So the parts are interconnected. Interactions work together. All of the parts are necessary in order to fill the bathtub with water. You take one away, the valve, the tub, the pipes, or me personally interacting with it, controlling it, it wouldn't work anymore. And then finally, does it achieve a purpose or function? Again, we're trying to fill the bathtub with water or temperature. Another example is the sun warms the planet. It provides us what we need for life here on this earth. You have your sun, you have the atmosphere, you have the water on the planet, the distance between the earth and the sun. All of those things are parts, are interconnected parts who are working together to achieve the purpose of providing life on the planet, the temperature needed, the heat needed for us to live here, plants to grow, all the things. I use these two examples because it's really important for our next conversation. In one system, we have a lot of control over the amount of water in the bathtub. We have a ton of control. We can decide how much, as little as we want, as much as we want, all the things. In the example of the sun and the earth and the temperature of the planet, not getting into a discussion about global warming, but we have a lot less control. This system has been around for a long time, and our ability to impact it is limited. So I think that distinction is important. We're going to jump into a conversation next about where to put your routines and the efforts to build a routine.
Now that we have a general understanding of some big picture, very easy to digest examples of systems and how things interact with one another, we're going to apply that to a real life situation that I know I've challenged and struggled with for years, ebbed and flowed over and over and over again until I applied systems thinking and have achieved significant success that has actually lasted. So we're going to look at, for me, despite my best efforts, I have been unable to lose weight. So I had this goal, right? If I think back to maybe when I was at rock bottom, where I was at my lowest of lows, I was extremely unhappy. And a lot of that was due to the fact that I was just really overweight. I was very unhealthy. And that was impacting a ton of different places in my life. And, as a lot of people have these goals, like I have a weight loss goal, right? I didn't even understand, number one, where my starting point was because I was too afraid to get on the scale. If I had to give my best guess, I'd probably say I was in or around 200 pounds. And I didn't know what I was supposed to do or how to achieve weight loss that was healthy. I just didn't like what I saw in the mirror. I didn't like what I saw in pictures. I didn't feel well in my clothes. I felt, ugly in my own skin. And as a result, I thought if the number on the scale was a smaller number, then I was going to be happy and healthy.
And what were you trying at the time to lose weight?
Yeah, great question. So again, thinking I'm smart, I can figure this out on my own. I signed up for a gym membership. I went to the nearest LA Fitness and I registered for my year-long pass. And then I had no idea what to do when I got there. And I figured, okay, well, there's a bunch of cardio equipment and I hate cardio, so probably not going to sit on the treadmill or the elliptical. And instead, I would look at their group classes, and I love to dance. So I thought, good, Zumba's on their list. If I do Zumba, sometimes that's going to be a good way for me to lose weight. And that is almost exclusively what I did on that path.
You tried a few other things, though, too?
Yeah, so over that course, right, I had also signed up for Weight Watchers at one point. I had done some isogenics cleanses, right? Let's jumpstart the process. And then once I lose like 12 pounds of, not eating solid foods and just going with a liquid cleanse, then I'm going to be able to sustain something. They don't work.
All right, so Katie was struggling to lose weight. She's trying a bunch of different things. This is back when she's trying to get out of rock bottom. So up on the board here, we have a tool that system thinkers use to help us understand what other systems that we are interacting with. Systems are all around us. We're surrounded by them. But what's key is trying to understand their impact on us, or the impact external systems have on the goals that we're trying to achieve. So we're going to use this case study real quick to help us understand a little bit better. So, quick question, simple question. While you were trying to lose weight back in the day, what else was going on in your life?
Great question. I had an incredibly high stress job. I was working sometimes 7 days a week, most times 7 days a week, and very long hours, constantly on call.
Great. So, high stress job is a external system that Katie was dealing with while she was trying to lose weight. Is your work actually a system? Well, let's go to the checklist. Are there interconnected parts that make up your job and your interaction with it? Sure. There's people, there's culture, there's executives calling you at crazy hours of the night, there's demands on your time, on the clock, off the clock, interconnected parts. Are those interactions working together? Absolutely. You have a boss, you have a function that you're supposed to, a job you're supposed to do within that time frame, which you're getting paid for, and you're supposed to achieve a specific purpose or function, whatever it is they hired you to do. Now you have to do it at a high level whenever they expect you to do it. So your job and the stress that it puts upon you is a system. All right, what else is going on in your life?
If I think back to like what my day-to-day social activity looked like, I was insanely social. And I would go on to say I was living that quote-unquote party girl life.
All right, party girl life, nice. Social life.
Yep.
So again, is this a system? Party girl social life. There are interconnected parts. The people that make up your social circle, the places that you go to, the things that you do are all interconnected parts that work together. They're working, there's interactions, obviously. If you change out the people, it would be different. If you changed out the places you went, it would be different. If you changed out the things that you did together, the output or the purpose or the function might be different. Is there a specific purpose or function that you all were trying to achieve when you got together?
Yeah, we wanted to have fun.
Okay, let's try to have a good time. Right, so now we have this system, our social system that we interact with all the time, and it has impact on our goals that we're trying to accomplish. What else did you have going on?
I would say just general food, right? Like how
Okay.
if I'm thinking in terms of weight and what I'm doing every day, like where am I actually getting any of my food from? How am I,
Food choices?
yeah, spending my calories, if you will?
So again, food choices. How we shop for our food, where we shop, the meals that we make, why we make the meals that we make, our background in cooking, our upbringing, our culture impact our food choices. Our food choices are a system that we interact with all the time. Okay, and then finally, what else did you have going on?
Just exercise in general, right? Like
Okay.
what is my activity level and how am I expending quote unquote calories, if you will?
Exercise. Fantastic. So this tool is really simple and easy. It's designed for us to, and we can keep going. Obviously, there was a bunch of more systems that were acting upon you, but these were the 4 that you thought that were the most important when you're trying to lose weight, right? It's a simple tool just to get our minds thinking about, hey, what else is going on in my life? Now, you remember when Katie was talking about, hey, this is what I was doing to lose weight. She spent the majority of her time, effort, and energy here, building routines around exercise, changing the gym, or changing the group classes she was going to. Or maybe she tried food choices, right? Oh, I put in a diet here. I tried the cleanse here, right? So she's trying different routines, trying different things to lose weight to no avail. It's not successful. Why is that happening? Well, next up we're going to talk about the impact that these different systems were having on her. What was the interaction, like positive or negative? Was it helping Katie lose weight, or was it hurting Katie lose weight? And what was the magnitude of that, right? So if we start here, you're trying to lose weight. What was the impact of your high stress job on your ability to lose weight? Was it positive or negative?
Oh, it was negative. I gained weight. The more stress that I was under at work, the more I found myself making poorer food choices or having less restful sleep. Absolutely a net negative overall to what was happening on my clothes. I can't say the scale because I didn't get on the scale, but my clothes were way tighter.
So as you worked more, as you had more things thrown on your plate, as you had more activities you had to take care of at a stress job, what was that impact on your ability to lose weight?
My weight continued to go up.
Right, which was a negative, right?
Yeah.
That was the opposite direction that you wanted, so this is negative. So overall, we could say her high stress job was a negative.
A big negative.
A big negative on her ability to lose weight. What about this party girl social life? The more you tried to lose weight, what was the impact on your social life as a party girl?
So as I partied more, continued to increase that weight. So typical Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday was a lot of adult beverages, a lot of bar food, fast food, greasy food, not impacting in a favorable way to goal of trying to lose weight.
So as a party girl, as you were going out, meeting with your friends, the more you did that, the ability to lose weight was
Declined.
negatively impacted. As you worked on losing weight, how did that impact your party girl social life? Positive or negative? Did you talk to your friends about it? Were they supportive, not supportive?
Yeah, good questions. I didn't talk to anybody about it because I became embarrassed, right? Like I didn't have cute clothes to wear out anymore because the cute clothes that I had didn't fit me anymore. So then I became self-conscious. And if I'm being very honest and super transparent, all of that insecurity then just led to more alcohol consumption, right? Drink more, feel less. Bad life choice.
Right. So as you tried to lose weight, this experience of social life was more negative
Yeah.
for you, correct? So this was a big negative, small negative, big negative?
Big negative.
On your ability to lose weight, right? Okay, food choices. You're a Midwest girl.
Yeah.
So how did the more you tried to lose weight, how did that impact your food choices?
So I thought eating less, right? Fewer calories, more salads, was going to fuel my body the correct way, and it was going to help me lose weight. Take away all of the other things that were happening, right? High stress job meant my food choices were more fast food because I wasn't cooking for myself, didn't have time, more Dunkin' Donuts in the morning on the way to work. I rarely cooked for myself, but if I cooked for myself, it was like something that was pre-made. I got it out of a freezer. I ate a lot of lean cuisine frozen lunches when I didn't want to go buy lunch out or something along those lines. But food choices ebbed and flowed depending on where I was trying to be in that weight loss journey.
So
obviously on Weight Watchers, right? Very strict, restrictive caloric program. So probably food choice, when paying attention, a little positive, not significant, not sustainable.
Okay, so as you tried to lose weight, the impact on food choices was positive or negative?
It was positive,
A little positive.
but a small positive.
Small positive. Okay, got it. And then as you made more food choices around losing weight, was that a positive impact on losing weight or negative impact on losing weight during this time?
Small positive.
Okay, good.
Very small positive.
And then exercise.
So challenge with exercise was, while I would exercise and then start to see a little bit of weight loss, one would think I would then want to do it more, but the other external factors.
Right, so the more you focused on losing weight, the more you'd exercise or the less you'd exercise?
I did not exercise regularly at this time.
Okay, so this was, even though you were trying to lose weight, you didn't have a regular exercise?
Correct, it was never regular.
But when you did exercise, was that
It was a small positive.
small positive? Excellent.
It wasn't enough to be a large positive.
And then when you did more exercising, did it reinforce this idea, I need to lose weight, I'm working to lose weight? et cetera?
Yes.
Right, excellent. That's awesome. Small positive. So what's really great about this, and I think we run into this a lot, Katie and I are gym owners, and we see this quite a bit, is that she was making some small gains in her food choices, which is great. But she had some trouble sustaining it. She was making some small gains in her exercise, which is also great. The more she exercised, the better she felt. It was just inconsistent. And the reason why the small food choice, the small gains she was experiencing in the food choices she was making, and the small gains she was experiencing in the exercise system that she was in, were overwhelmed, were negated, were just enveloped by the negative things caused by the high stress job and the party girl lifestyle. So these systems were so powerful, were so dominant in her life that they outweighed the food choices and the positive she was getting from food choices and the positive she was getting from exercises. And I think you even said that these two things were interrupting, right, or making these things inconsistent. So when we go back to our original question about routines, and I asked Katie, well, what were you doing at the time to try and hit your goal weight? Well, she was changing her exercise routines, and she was changing her eating routines. But in order to actually achieve her goal, she needed to be focused on changing her party girl social life routine and her high stress job routine, because these two systems were so impactful in her life that they drowned out these other ones that she was busy building routines around. So when we think about the idea of like, hey, I want to build a routine in my life to achieve a goal, fantastic. The question that we have to answer first is where? Where am I going to build a routine that has the most impact on me achieving my goal? So that was the before. And we see this all the time in these external before and after pictures where we see these people who've made these massive transformations. We see your transformation picture. Katie's transformation wasn't just about food choices and exercise. Of course, that's a part. But the real transformation, the thing that most people don't talk about, are the changes that we have to make in our lifestyle. So let's talk about what this looks like after, once she started making changes to her high-stress job and her party-girl lifestyle. All right, so we've gone through the before on what Katie was struggling with to reach her goal on losing weight. And now we're going to talk about the after, the changes that she made in addressing the systems that were negatively impacting her, preventing her from reaching her goal, and how she changed them and lost the weight.
Yes, so if we think back before, right, one of the biggest challenges that I had impacting my ability to achieve that goal was that high stress job. So when you step back and actually looked at everything from that 10,000 foot view, and I realized how so many of the routines that I had were centered around that job, I recognized pretty quickly that I needed to get into a job that I love. And I left that high stress job. It took me a little while to figure out what the next path was going to be, but I was able to then have the time, energy, and effort to put into my routines, making sure that I was successfully getting myself into what is now a job that I love. I'm a gym owner. I worked a couple jobs, like I said, between that, and that's okay. I needed to create my path. I needed to build those routines and get myself into this current job and this situation. Second to that, right, we talked a lot about what that social life and party environment was doing for me. Again, those routines, that Thursday through Sunday was routine, and that was a huge detractor. So now I've gotten into a balanced social life. So my routines are very, very different. I don't want to stand up here and tell you like no alcohol, never party, don't have fun, stay home, and right. And then you're going to be really healthy because all you do is work out and eat, great nutritious foods. I have a balanced social life. Right? I still love to get together with my friends, but sometimes those routines now include taking a group dance class with my girlfriends instead of us going and sitting at a wine bar for several hours. So change up the routine, still love my life, having fun in a different way, still get tons of excitement, but it is contributing in a net positive. Sorry, I forgot to put my big positives here. Here we've moved to a big positive. Here we've moved to a big positive. These are now helping me stay on the right path to losing weight. They are no longer negatively impacting or less negatively impacting, right? If I have a margarita while I'm out or some chips and queso, it's not going to totally destroy because I'm not doing it 4 days in a row. Then if we move into our food choices were a small positive. Now, because I've established my routines include meal prep, healthy grocery shopping. I have a better understanding of how I need to fuel my body, and that helps me maintain and make sure that I'm getting the proper nutrition to be able to lose weight, be in a caloric deficit, and have good sleep and all the things that come along with that. So my food choices have been also moved to a large positive. And then if we close out, if we're looking at exercise, obviously I shared I'm a gym owner now, so I have the opportunity to exercise not only with work, but also as my social activity some of the times too. This is clearly an even larger net positive for me, more so than when I was constantly changing up my routines, maybe not as regular working out in an LA Fitness, right? My life exists and my routines have been established that I get a morning workout. Most days I get an afternoon workout, but I crave those endorphin rushes. I want to have that feeling, and that is absolutely helping positively contribute to this goal of weight loss.
Okay, so Katie's weight loss journey is a great example of systems thinking and how we work together to get her to where she is now. She's done all this fantastic work, and it's really been an amazing journey. The truth about hitting your goals, achieving your goals, is that you have all the answers. Katie, in her example, she had all of the answers. She knew that her job was stressful. She knew that the party girl lifestyle was tough on her ability to lose weight and achieve the things that she wanted to achieve. And that's really great for us to understand that the power and the knowledge to reach our goals, finally reach our goals, achieve the life that we want, is within all of us. Not externally, it is internal. Systems thinking just helps us get there.
The other point that we'll make, and then we'll wrap up, is this is unique to me, right? We want to help you, and we are giving you this as a background so that you can apply it and you can put your goal in the bubble and you can talk to yourself about what are the contributing factors. Apply the same tactics that we used here to identify what it is that you are working towards and how you can go get that. The framework is here. Just use that to your benefit and go get your goals. If you like this content, again, go ahead and give us that thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and click the bell so that you're notified every time that we post new content. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.